What's up, guys? Steel Frodo here, and welcome to another Q&A Saturday. Let's get started. Alrighty, first question comes from Chid's Hustle. It's two questions actually. Are you aware that Fairy Tail Zero is getting its own dub separately? Yes, I am aware of that. There are one or two out at this point, and the only thing for me is that I am trying to, essentially I'm going to try to watch them when I have the time, unfortunately. Same with whatever the other one is called, the most recent one that everybody's asking me to watch. Something. I forget what it's called. I've got it on my list, though, at the top with Fairy Tail Zero, both of them. And the next question, which death in Fairy Tail was more depressing? Also, yeah, as he said, spoilers if you haven't already seen them. Ultir or Future Lucy? I feel like they're each kind of sad and each kind of depressing in their own ways, but I think for me, Future Lucy, because when Future Lucy died, she was dead, like gone at that moment, completely dead, whereas Ultir sacrificed herself, but we see her, you know, as an old lady coming to terms or at terms with her imminent mortality, and the fact that, you know, despite the fact that she has not lived a very long life, she, you know, the redemption on her end made it a little less depressing than Future Lucy, which was she suffered all this time in her future timeline and, you know, as a result ended up getting, you know, just killed. So hers, I think, kind of sucked. Alright, Cedric, I always mess your name up. I'm only going to answer one of their questions. Sorry, but it's, what is your biggest fear, and what fear did you have in the past, but you conquered? I don't really know what I have a really big fear of heights, but only to a certain height, if that makes sense. Like, if I am at a height where I know that there's a chance I may live, and be just severely, I think it's more of a fear of pain, because if I'm at a certain height where if I fall, I know that there's a chance that I might live and just be severely injured, I'm terrified. If it's at a height where I'm pretty much 100% confident that when I hit the ground, I'm dead, I'm fine. I mean, like, I've been on really, really tall buildings, I've got no problem. I've been really, really high up before where it's like, I look down and I'm just like, I'll die from this altitude. And I'm fine, totally calm, not flustered at all. But when I'm at a lower level, like, you know, just kind of high up, but not like super, super high up, I'm terrified. It's horrifying. So, yeah, I guess heights to a degree. Next up, Vladsky has two questions. What music do you like that is not from an anime? I listen to a lot of stuff. Again, my whole anime genre choices also carry over with my music and my television and my movie genres. There's no real specific genre. Though if I had to pick, I'd say I listen to a lot of post-hardcore, as well as classic rock, and I mean, it's not from an anime, but I listen to a lot of Vocaloid stuff as well. So I'd say those three are the main types. And then second question, Saitama, Naruto, and Kirito. You have to kiss one, kill one, marry one. Well, Kirito would be marry, because he's clearly the Marion type. Kiss one may be Naruto, because he clearly doesn't have any problems with kissing guys. That's a reference to Naruto. But I can't kill Saitama. So I guess kill one would be, I would attempt to kill Saitama. And as a result, he'd probably just punch me and kill me. But there you go. Kiss Naruto, kill Saitama. No, yeah, kill Saitama, even though he can't die. So there you go. And marry one Kirito, because clearly he's the Marion type. Noah Maya asks, what's your favorite quote from any anime character? You all are going to hate me, because most of my favorite quotes are in dub. And I'd have to say, as of right now, two of them. And they're not, you know, emotional. They're not like anything major to the plot or anything like that. They're just things that I liked because I liked them. So there's Excalibur, Fool, and then there is, or Baka if you watch the Japanese dub, but Fool, that's what I go by, so I love Fool. And then of course we have oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank on her name. Just recently from No Game No Life, I'm drawing a blank on her name. Shoot. Jabril. My favorite quote from her is when they're fighting the Eastern Federation in that game, and you see I forget her name as well, the other one, busts through the window and is falling, and you just see Jabril over top going,
"Hi there! Welcome to your nightmare."
That was just the inflection, the timing, the words themselves were awesome, and I love it. So that's, I'd have to say, my most favorite quote so far. And just because it's stuck with me. Like, I couldn't even remember the character's name, I just remember that line. So, there you go. Alright, Sora Rose asks, what anime character will you bring to the real world? Keep in mind that you will be responsible for anything they do, plus they would not... they would live with you. Plus they would live with you. Oh, okay. I figured this would be interesting to think about. By the way, seeing your complaints on Twitter, all the time, can be freaking hilarious. I don't know what complaints you're referring to, but I'm glad you find it hilarious. Is it just one anime character? Just one anime character. Let's just go with that, one anime character. I'd bring NA from Mekaku City Actors. I'd bring her into the real world, just because she'd still not be in the real world. She'd be in the computer world, and I have a powerful enough computer. That would be pretty cool. I'd like that. Of course, it sounds kind of sad saying that I would bring an electronic anime girl into the real world so that she could live on my computer. But I think that would be good, bringing this world, because I don't have a lot of room in my room or in my house to share, so having her on the computer would be helpful. Save space. Another Sora Hexagi M. Favorite movie. I'm a big fan of the Avengers series, but I'd have to say Iron Man, the original Iron Man, the first one, was incredible, and it pretty much put Marvel on the path they are now. But it also started a lot of things we hate. So yeah. Alright, so this is something that I've been asked a lot, and again, I always make an exception to this question at least once per video. Once per Q&A Saturday, but will you react to shows like Attack on Titan Season 2 and 7 Deadly Sins Season 2 when they come out on a weekly basis? Yes, I will. Shows that I am extremely invested in, I will. 7 Deadly Sins I reacted to, I think it was brand new when I first did it, so it was all out, but I was, able to, it was all out and I was able to watch it in one go, but I had to, I still had the kind of fresh factor on my side. It was still a fairly popular and new show, and same with Attack on Titan. Well, no, Attack on Titan I was way late on. No, what am I saying? Attack on Titan I was super, super late to the party, and it still got the most views on my original channel of any other video at 30,000, which has now been blown away by One Punch Man, which just recently crossed 50,000 views. Thank you all very much for 50,000 views. 50,000 on One Punch Man. That's crazy. But yes, I will be doing those on a weekly basis because I'm invested in those shows. I tend to watch shows, if you haven't noticed, in a kind of a long succession where I watch all of them in one go, and if it's a weekly thing I usually wait a little while before I hop into it, but yeah, those I know will be good, or at least I hope will be good based on their previous successes, so I will watch those. Unlimited Skies asks, if you do get a Patreon, like a Patreon account, do you plan on using it for giveaways, prizes, etc.? Yes, I do. I'm actually working on one right now. The hardest part is trying to pick things that I hope or know that you guys will like, and trying to think of good kind of rewards for each of the amounts given, and kind of the different goals. So right now it's in the development stages where I'm trying to make it work. So it'll be out, and you'll see a video when it's out. But yeah, I'm working on that right now, and yes, I will do giveaways and things like that. So thank you for asking, by the way. All right, Rival Weeb asks, Revival Weeb. Sorry, not Rival Weeb, Revival Weeb. Which anime moment stuck into your head, which you can't forget? Which anime moment stuck into your head which you can't forget? Well, it's not really, I mean, it's not anime. I'm trying to, well, I'd say the scene from Fairy Tail when Lizana comes back to Earthland after she's been in Edelus. That scene is stuck in my head, as well as the very first time we get to see Gon and Hisoka fight. That was awesome. So yeah, I would say those are probably two of the best anime moments. That, or when, spoiler alert, because this is still very recent and it's still stuck in my head. Spoiler from Ruby is when Pyrrha dies. That is still stuck in my head and it still hurts. Next up is Waifu Pancakes. I like it. How are you still able to keep your channel up? Because seriously, I've literally had 3 different channels taken down for this kind of stuff. Easy. I've had 3 channels taken down as well. Well, 2 channels taken down, and 1 I'm currently fighting my my strikes. Honestly, it's just persistence and perseverance. It's gonna happen. It will happen constantly. Don't get me wrong. It's not something you can really fight forever, but you can fight it as long as you can, and I'm still fighting it. But that's how I'm able to keep my channel up, is just kind of luck of the draw on when this committee that is determined to take channels down for doing this kind of stuff finds you. That's all it is. I went and checked my my terminated channel that I originally had, and it still reads that I have 7,000 subscribers on there, and that just pains me to no end to see that on there. 7,000 subscribers gone. My previous one is a little under what I had before, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, my previous one was just a hair. No, I've passed my old channel. My old channel had 4,132 subscribers. This one has 5,200, or a little over 5,200. So yeah, just be persistent. It's gonna happen. It always happens. It's just whether or not they do enough damage to take the channel down, and whether or not you can fight it after the damage has been done. So keep at it, man. If you're doing reactions, keep at it. Kiryu, I butcher everybody's name consistently. Do you listen to anime music which doesn't appear in the show? Character songs and things like that. Oh my gosh, yes. I have... iTunes isn't open. I have, like, albums like 1 through 4 or 5 of the Fairy Tail soundtrack. So yeah, I definitely do. Haruhi Suzumiya, hopefully I got that right, asks if you could meet an anime character, who would it be? Depending on whether you count this as an anime or not, I would love to meet either Ruby or Crow from Ruby. And if you don't count it as an anime, then I would love to meet either Natsu or Killua. So Natsu from Fairy Tail or Killua from Hunter x Hunter. Alright, next up, Joe Sun. If you could switch with one anime character's body, you would get their powers and skills and would change back after a day, who would that character be? I wouldn't want Edward Elric, because he's missing an arm and a leg. I wouldn't want... Ooh, possibly Yato? Possibly. Or, I mean, the easy one would be Natsu. Yeah, I'd say either Yato or Natsu, one of those two, because they're both pretty good. I'm gonna have to think about that some more, but that's my answer for now. Peter Willis, Peter, asks, which anime would you most want to be turned into a movie? Ooh, anime turned into a movie. Parasite. Oh no! Death Parade. Death Parade would be the one I want turned into a movie. I want more of that world. I really want more of that world. So, Death Parade, definitely. Alright, next up comes from Bax, exclamation point. How about that Ruby finale? How about that Ruby finale? That was something. Next question. Alright, Mr. Death Nuggets has 2 questions for me. In your opinion, what makes a good anime? A good anime should have a story that I can invest in, characters that are very likable, a soundtrack that is just, fits the tone perfectly. Because, I loved watching Hellsing Ultimate, but spoiler: if the scene where they're where the Nazis are attacking England, and you got the Zeppelins flying over, and this just dark scene, and the first song that comes to my head is like this, marching tune, or this just dark orchestral sound, and they're playing J-pop. Yeah. So, good story, characters I can invest in. Well, good story I can invest in, characters I can invest in, good music that fits the tone, as well as animation is important, but it's not a staple. Studio Madhouse could make some sort of anime that was just incredibly animated, looked beautifully done. They were on a movie budget and they just blew it out of the water, and the story sucked. So if they did something like that, story sucks. I'd still not like the show. But if the story was good, Hellsing Ultimate, minus the couple marks for the weird music, I think the original Hellsing anime, the music fit a lot better because it was kind of this old-timey jazz sound, which I liked. But I think if it checks off those boxes, and animation kind of being the bonus, that's what I would consider a good anime. And then, number 2, thoughts on live-action adaptations. I mean, if it's done well, that's really all you can hope for, is that it's done well. I think the Attack on Titan one was alright, so I got no problems with it if they take their time and study the source material and do it properly. Yeah, that'd be great. Alright, Seamaster has 2 questions as well. What would you do if you saw a death note falling from the sky? Pick it up or leave it on the ground? Knowing what I know, I would leave it. I would run, I would move, I would change my name, I would change my identity, and I would get as far away from it as possible. And number 2, what is your top 5 best English dub anime? It's not about how good the anime is, but how good the English dub is. Okay, 5. Hellsing Ultimate, Fairy Tail, Soul Eater, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. One more. How good the dub was. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like it. Oh gosh, it's a tie at the end. Of course, it's always a tie at the end. I'd say it's a tie between Sword Art Online and No Game No Life, which to some people they consider that weak. To me, I consider that good. So yeah, Fairy Tail, Hellsing Ultimate, those 5 that I did. Replay it. Hellsing Ultimate, Fairy Tail, Soul Eater, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Sword Art Online, and No Game No Life. Alright, Painful Endurance. Do you think you'll react to romance anime like Say I Love You, or My Little Monster, or Blue Spring Ride. I mean, anything's on the table. Anything's on the table. So, possibly. Just depends on what I decide to watch. Actually, Painful Endurance has a few others as well. Can you show me your manga collection? I would, but I'm not moving the camera. I'll probably do a video on it at some point. So, yeah, I'll probably do a video on that at some point, but I'm still expanding my collection. So, yeah, we'll see. Second question. I know you don't usually answer these kinds of questions. Here we go. Do you think you'll react to Prison School despite its ecchi genre? Sure, why not? At some point. I mean, I got it at some point on almost everything on my list is at some point. It's just whatever I feel like watching at that point. I just smacked my broken finger on the table. Also, for you, those of you asking what I did, I know I posted on Twitter a picture of this because I was trying to edit with my finger. I was drumming. I was doing a drum cover for you guys. You did this. I was doing a drum cover, and my drumstick broke right in the middle, and my middle finger smashed right into the rim of the drum head at full speed. And I finished the practice session, but man, was that a mistake. And third question from Painful Endurance. If you were a boss villain, what would your fight line... Oh, what would be your fight line and theme music? I'd want it to throw everybody off. I'd probably do something to sound like inviting and kind, even though I'm a boss. Just like, please come. No. Change that. It would be my music would be probably like some sort of heavy metal or like the Jabril's theme from No Game No Life, and her line, "Hi there. Welcome to your nightmare." You know, like that. I would do something like that. So there you go. All right. He asks, I like what you did there. He asks, have you seen all music videos of Kaguro Project or Mekiku City Actors? What is your favorite so far? I've not seen all of them. I've seen Child Records. I've seen Konoha's State of Mind. I've seen Heat Haze Days, and I've seen what was the other one? I don't remember what the other one was called. I have it. I don't remember what it was called. Lost Time Memories. I've seen those three. So far, my favorite is Lost Time Memories. Just a random guy asks, which do you prefer? IA, I guess it's IA or IA, or Hatsune Miku. I like Hatsune Miku. She was kind of the first Vocaloid character I heard of and started listening to, and kind of had a special place in my heart since then. So yeah. All right. So next to last question. Well, I'll answer the second question of his first. Midnight Assassin. I know you don't anger these questions, but I really need to know. Have you seen an anime called Batum? Or is it on your watch list? It is on my watch list. Don't worry about it, man. You don't need to apologize for asking these questions. I make exceptions all the time. So really, it doesn't matter, because if I feel like I'm in a good mood, I'll answer the question anyway. And he also asks if you had to choose to make any game, or your desire to be, if you had a chance to make any game of your desire to become a virtual reality game, what game would you choose? What would be a good game? Tea Party Simulator. No, I wouldn't do Tea Party Simulator. Goat Simulator. Oh, no, I wouldn't do Goat Simulator either. Just because of how much there is to do, I'd say Skyrim, especially considering I've already beaten Skyrim. So I would love to do that. Plus, it would be hilarious to see how many people just died in the game of glitches if it was an SAO style deal where you just die when you die. I'd love to see how many people died of glitches because, they got hit by a giant's hammer, and despite the fact that they were still alive, they were, hundreds of feet in the air and then fell back down and died from fall damage. So, yeah, I'd probably make Skyrim virtual reality, like, SAO style virtual reality. That'd be pretty cool. And the last question comes from monkey_gaming334. I do leave the best last questions, don't I? Yes, you do. Yes, another long question. Was there any doubt? Psh, yeah. All right, buddy, let's do it. A continuation of the last question. You are in SAO. You play the safe route, stay inside an inn with your friends. You receive terrible news. A good friend from reality has been killed in the last boss raid. You swear an oath that you will protect the friends you have left. All of your friends are out there wanting to take revenge. You have power leveled your way up to the point where you to the point where the Knights of the Blood Oath ask to recruit you. Really? Okay. Would you stay knowing you could die, or fight with your friends on the dreaded floor 75? Heavy stuff, right? If I swore an oath to protect my friends just because of the way I am, where I try to be as trustworthy and as reliable as possible, I would say that I'd fight with my friends. Because unless my friends are in the Knights of the Blood Oath, the Knights of the Blood Oath can go pound sand for all I care if, they're making me stay in one place. Yeah, I would go with my friends to fight on the dreaded floor 75, because what's the worst that can happen? I could die. It's the worst that could happen. Eventually you would accept that. I think as a player you would eventually accept the fact that death is a real consequence. And yeah, I'd just tell the Knights of the Blood Oath to go pound sand very politely. So it'd be like, excuse me, sir, thank you for your offer. You can go pound sand. And then I'd leave, and I would go with my friends and probably get killed or be the last survivor, despite the fact that I swore to, protect my friends. Or I'd jump off the edge of a building after they all died. So thank you all very much again for watching another episode of this show, Q&A Saturday. It's not getting a lot of views, which is okay. I like just making some side projects and seeing how they do. And again, while I don't really focus on the views, it's one of those things where it helps. So please come over here, watch these videos, check them out. I hope you enjoy them. That's kind of why I'm making them, is because I hope you all enjoy them. And yeah, just keep coming over here, keep subscribing. Make sure to like and subscribe. Liking helps. Comment, leave your questions down below. You can follow me on Twitter. It's @Frodo117, and that is it. So thanks again, and I will see you all in the next episode, or the next Q&A Saturday, next Saturday. Make sure to be there and have a good one. Thank you.